Okay, well, screw Dragon Ball like news and hype and whatever at the moment. The only hype thing about Dragon Ball Super is Kakarot getting his ass beaten this coming weekend in a 1-hour special. Yeah, besides that bloody ass pool transformation and whatever, let's just leave that aside for now until Vegeta finally gets shot, which is taken forever, for good reason, good measure. But we're not here to talk about Dragon Ball, we're here to talk about Pokemon. Of all things of some time I'm not. Hype factor, a massive low down. But recent developments have changed that. Yes, sorry. The other day, they freaking revealed the bloody most hypeful bloody trailer ever possibly seen in Pokemon history. My God, they had me when they showed the poster for the game that I pre-ordered. But if I didn't pre-order when I saw the poster, bloody hell, I would have pre-ordered yesterday. Because it's not going to be Sun and Moon 2.0. It's going to be like an alternate story, reality, universal, whatever you want to call it. And the big bad, there's going to be a big bad Pokemon supposedly black. Necrozma. Pokemon of darkness, you could call it. But in actual fact, it consumes light. So it's light opposed to dark. The dark covers and takes over the light. Apparently Alola, a long time ago, used to be covered fully, completely in darkness, but then the people and Pokemon arise, and with the help of the light, they were able to take it back. The light that I'm referring to being is either Solgaleo or Lunala, and Solgaleo, if you don't know who that is right in front of me. None other than the Iron Lion. The Pokemon represents the sun, but is not the sun of himself. So it's like a sun lion, a sun leader. Psychic and steel. Psychic is because of the light, and steel is because of chemical. The symbolism is of a green kind of lion consumes and eats the sun, and that's why it has the title Game Freak. You are freaking geniuses above, beyond. But yes, my God, if you heard of interdimensional travel, yes, we are actually gonna go through it. Sun and Moon, the games that came out just last year, they gave us but a taste of the real things to come. This is probably the defining game, Ultrasun, Ultra Moon, that was supposed to be released, and Sun and Moon were just to buy time for it. So we do it. We had a good story, but not the best that it could possibly have been. 1 month, a few weeks ago away. November 17, they come out. There's a new squad, a team as well. Freaking, what is it? Recon Squad. And they come apparently from a different ultra world to our own. A world that is indeed covered in darkness. Necrozma has consumed and taken all the light from that world. Yes, the beings are covered in total darkness. They're wearing suits you can barely see. I can't even tell, you can't even call them if they're human or not, if they're alien, like humanoids, you know? Alien humanoids. So this is not going to be the same story. No. In the original Sun and Moon, spoilers if you haven't played it and whatever, I would say I recommend you to play it before you play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but it's not a necessity, right? The main antagonist was a woman by the name of Luzamine, who was the head of like this paradise, seemingly paradise for Pokemon, Aether Foundation. And she wanted to open up wormholes and go into like the ultra space, ultra dimension. And initially she succeeded, and she actually infused with an ultra beast. Poison, toxins, cavern, fusion, literal fusion. Way before beyond like one phenomenon of Ash Ninja. This was a literal fusion. And you're tasked to bring her down, to stop her, and you do. And mother and daughter and Lily reunited. She says mother and Solgaleo Lunala have a major part and a role to play. In fact, it is the first ever legendary Pokemon to actually have pre-evolutions. So Solgaleo the Iron Lion, right? Lion of the Sun, represents the sun. Pre-evolutions, one's called Cosmog, and it's pretty much behaves, it's like a baby, it's like a star cloud, right? And then it is forced to evolve into Cosmonium. If you recall, when I was opening booster packs of the original Sun and Moon, I think I showed what they look like, if you're not aware, right? But then, through a ritual in the games, the flute, the sun moon, the sun flute and the moon flute, you play one and Lily plays the other, depending on what the game version is. And their Cosmonium is awakened to Solgaleo Lunala, the complete transformation and actual evolution, if you will. And we go into the one of the ultra wormholes, right? To find Luzamine, who's infused, well, she infuses with Lego later on with Ultra Beast. But we go into the dimension and we think, okay, so this is the Ultra Dimension, right? And then there's more Legos around, right? And now the revelation is that it shouldn't really come as a surprise. The Ultra Beasts all have separate like dimensions, like worlds and stuff. And in actual Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we are going to travel through them all. We're going to go through them all. You go into one place and there's an Ultra Beast, and the world literally looks like a Yoshi land or a Kirby land, or I don't know how to describe it. And then the where that Retcon squad come from, it's freaking, oh my god, it's Ultra Megalopolis or something. It's a difficult kind of a name to pronounce, but Ultra Megalopolis, and it's like a very big city. If you played Black 2, then Black City, pretty much it kind of looks like that, but on a whole other level. So yeah, so in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, what happens is we awaken either Solgaleo Lunala, right? But I'm not sure if we're going to go through the same thing and Luzamine infuses with the bloody Nehegaligo, and we have to bloody save her first. And when we return, instead of Lily handing over the reins, because she's initially takes care of Cosmo. It doesn't belong to her, she doesn't own it. It's not in the Pokeball, right? But she takes care of it because she stole it from Aether Foundation. She found out the means of like mistreating and all that. So she wanted to get away from her mother, right? Her brother, Gladion, actually did the same and stole freaking Silvally, but it has a pre-evolution before that. So both, and their mother Luzamine was psycho angry because it's like she saw as a betrayal. Her child stole one thing, another child stole another, and God, and her husband just vanished and disappeared in one of the ultra wormholes, and that insanity drove her to open the stuff and all that. Oh God. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. What's gonna happen is Necrozma comes from the freaking wormhole, right? And then either Solgaleo Lunala, right? Depends on the box cover, which game you buy. They appear in front, and Lily's behind. And then they both take off, and it's like they're fighting as such. Necrozma is a threat, and should not be here. So they fight. But then, you know, according to like the story, Necrozma ultimately like wins and takes over, consumes literally the light. It is Solgaleo Lunala, and it's like they become possessed. The forms, right, is like Dusk of the Mane, I think, for Solgaleo, and Dusk of the Wing or something for Lunala. But it's Necrozma in possession of Solgaleo or Lunala respectively. Think of it as the black or white Kurum, if you will. But this one will be on a whole nother level. And then I don't know what happens, you befriend the opposite legendary. So if Solgaleo gets taken over and consumed, you befriend Lunala somehow, and then you chase them through the freaking wormhole, through the ultra light portals, to the Ultra Megalopolis, and then that's where the final confrontation, the battle will occur between the bloody respective legendaries. Or if all that interdimensional travel is going to be like in the post game or come after, or like the Ultra Beasts, you go and you have to like form a team, a powerful team as such, because your regular Pokemon team is not enough to take on Necrozma, especially if it takes over Solgaleo Lunala. And it has apparently a transformation that goes even beyond if it shatters prisms and stuff. It shatters its prism armor and all that, and it becomes even more powerful. So if that's the case, like, Kurum was like in control, like of taken control of by Team Plasma in black and white. The two, that is. But Necrozma, I think, has pretty much a mind of its own. It causes wants all the light and stuff for itself. So one world has fallen victim already, which is that Ultra Megalopolis, and the Alolas could be next on the agenda, next on the list. Because I think the opening is a little bit different. Sun and Moon, Lily initially, she stole Cosmog in that big ass bag of hers, right? And the Ether freaking employees, they're trying to block her, they're trying to cover her, right? And then they try to catch her. But then Cosmog awakens his power of like teleportation, and boom, they get the hell out of it. Now, something similar could occur at the start of freaking Ultrasun, Ultra Moon. They showed this, but not the Ether freaking employers. The Recon Squad, two of them. There's two different ones depending on what version you buy or get or play. And they're initially blocking whoever's trying to escape. In this case, we think it's still Lily with Cosmog. She's trying to like run and flee and escape, either because of the loser mean thing again, or they just or they'd show up in the nick of time or something, or we don't know at this stage. Oh, mind blowing all over the place, yeah. Or I thought the freaking, what do you call it, the bloody multiverses was mind blowing enough, as indicated by Oras, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, brought forward that concept. Now, my god, ultra interdimensional dimensions and all this sort of shit. Oh, Pokemon. If this is the final game for the 3DS, then what a way to go. Oh my god, if this is the final Pokemon game I may play, because if I don't get a Switch and shit. Oh my god. So that's that. I'm glad Lily has like just as much of an important role apparently in it, just like Sun and Moon and such. Yeah, well, in anime, Sun and Moon, I've been on and off with it. Too much comedy, plot going nowhere and such, but now catch 'em, we have completed the second grand trial. We had the brief visit to Kanto, where Misty and Brock make a return of all bloody people, right? And yeah, showdown with that. That was awesome. Misty had some Mega Gyarados, but Ketchum beat up the Pikachu. Yahweh, the freaking fire guy, took on freaking Brock's Mega Steelix. And yeah, he got his ass whooped, ultimately. But yeah, we returned back to Alola, of course. And now starts the actual, I don't know what you call it, Cosmic Arc, or Aether Paradise Arc, or Saga, Solgaleo, Lunala. They appear in Ketchum's a dream, a visional kind of dream. I don't know if you ever had that, one of those. It's like a dream, but it's kind of like something real happens at the same time. It's such, yeah, visional dream, I call it. Ketchum and Pikachu were both dreaming, right? And they were walking towards Ulta, I think Ulta of the Sun, and such. And Ketchum's like, oh, we have to go here. And then all of a sudden, the bloody wormholes open up. Solgaleo one end, Lunala one end, and then looked like they were fighting or some shit. And then, no, they come to a stop. And they're in front of Ketchum and Pikachu, and Ketchum is like, yeah, okay, I understood. Yeah, I promise. I will look after it. And it's like, what? Look after, okay. And then it's like, you see in the previews and say, oh my god, Cosmog, finally! Never in the games, but apparently it's gonna have a different name here. Yeah, so that was a dream, and then he wakes up and he's like, what? And then on the way to school, I mean, a few other shenanigans occur, Rotom, Listen wakes up, catch him, boom, 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 slap, tail slap, tail slap. We're not even, the stupid Lycanroc could even wake up, catch him with the bloody ass shabba jabba rocks. But on the way to school, Tapu Koko appears. Apparently while this whole dream was occurring, the Tapos, right? Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Boo, and Tapu Fini, right? They sensed something was going on. Something seemed amiss. So then, and then freaking, Type Null. Yes, I finally remember. The pre-evolved form of Silvally, Type Null, in the care of Gladion, always hiding in the cave, away from people. And he's freaking out, going berserk, and Gladion's holding it, and it's like, okay, what? Really Ultra Beast or something? Like coming? Like sense something? So next morning, on the way to school, Tapu Koko leads, like, Pikachu to find this big figure thing in a bush. And then it's like, and then Ketchum like realizes what the dream, the vision, the promise, this thing or whatever, Cosmo. And then Rotom Dex, it's like, okay, what is this? And it's like, no data, no data. He doesn't even know what the bloody hell it is. It's like Ketchum discovered an unknown Pokemon at this stage, brings it back to the school, and this thing is sleeping the whole time. It is literally a baby. It was just born. Solgaleo and Lunala, they kind of got it on in some weird way. Like Solgaleo something represent the male version, the male half, and Lunala is the female, the feminine. They're all based off like these Hawaiian gods or something like that. The sun is male and the moon is female, essentially. So yeah, they gave birth. This even happens in Sun and Moon, the games. If you have Solgaleo and you acquire Lunala and you go to the altar of the moon, they're not ritual, but they meet. And out of it, boom, Cosmog. You have a Cosmog. Like in your possession, you can train it up, and if you have Sun, you can have a secondary Solgaleo. And if you have Moon, you can have a secondary Lunala. But you must have both Solgaleo and Lunala in the party to go to the alternate altar or temple, whatever you want to call. Okay, sidetrack. Okay, school. and everyone sees, like, because Ketchum's late, and it's like, what's going on? And he shows up, and then Professor Cuckoo is like, oh, okay, this new Pokemon, you discovered this Pokemon. The thing, Cosmog wakes up, and he's crying his balls out! And everyone's like, ah, shit! And all the Pokemon are hiding, and then Ketchum hands it over to Kiawe, and Kiawe's like, ah, good boy, be a good boy, or the mountains of a color will fall, or something along those lines. And he can't do it. He passes on to Mallow, right? And then Mallow, the female woman touch, calms her down. I thought it would be, oh no, yeah. It couldn't be Lily because, yes, she can touch Pokemon, but only a couple. Like a preview of the following episode, the Cosmog touches Lily and she freaks out. So it couldn't be Lily that, you know, calmed it down. Mallow had to be the one, the female touch. And then they were looking for food, and nothing will satisfy the little guy. And then freaking the electric guy, freaking Chris or Sophocles, he had these candy lolly thingies, and then Ketchum gave it like to Cosmog, and then boom, Cosmog loves it. So they found the food that Cosmog likes to consume. And what's interesting, right? The actual initial name, right? No one knows it's called Cosmog or what it is. Lily, because she saw how it looks like, she took it upon herself to name it Star Cloud. Yes, she actually names Cosmog. Like in the game, she named it Nebby. But here, in this instant, it's Star Cloud. And everyone agrees, and Ketchum's fine. So, unlike the games, in the games, mostly Nebby, or Cosmog, or whatever you want to call it, was under the possession of Lily. Like, she took care. She was like the caretaker that looked after it and stuff throughout the majority of the game, right? And only when it became Solgaleo Lunala and the threat was of Luzamine ended, did you get the opportunity to capture it. She handed over because Lily wasn't a trainer at the time. In fact, the thing I hated in the end of the game, when it was all said and done, the league, right? Lily leaves to go to Kanto, right? And to help her mother because she wants to see Bill. Because Bill's an expert with fusing with Pokemon and stuff. And she has research. She's a smart cookie, Lily, right? So she did her research, and she believed that that's how she'll help her mother get rid of the toxins and the poisons left by that Nihilego. Because the Nihilego Ultra Beast is a rock and a poison type, so it makes sense. Luzamine was left a bit shaken and stuff, you know? She was lucky she wasn't killed, actually. She went that psycho, that freaking, I played some, so I'll just say, Solgaleo, right? Like, really got psycho. You beat her in the battle, right? And I beat her with, like, with ease, or not ease, or class, or whatever. I made a video of it, so you can check it for yourself, right? But in the end of it all, she won't give up. She's relentless and stuff. It's like, you gotta fight her yourself after you defeat her Pokemon. But no, Solgaleo comes, and then blast, knocks her out of the bloody Nihilego, and she collapses and she comes to her senses because she's no longer fused and stuff. And she sees Lily has changed. She's a whole different persona. She was able to stand up to her mother. Before she was shy and reserved and not confident, sure of herself. Mostly she had going was, she read a lot of books, a ton of books, and she knew a lot of stuff, but she had a disdain of Pokemon battles. She didn't like it very much. She thought Pokemon were getting abused and stuff, but then she came to realize under you, the protagonist, and no, trainers do care. Pokemon and trainers work together. The Pokemon want to fight, they want to battle, they want to this and that. No one forces or makes them, you know, except for the ones that have cruel and bad intentions. So she takes it upon herself to follow in your footsteps, become a trainer in Kanto. Besides that, and also find a cure for her mother by finding Bill, the researcher. So that it's left like that. That's the kind of conclusion, and you become the champion of Alola, and you're left there to your own devices and stuff. And post game, you do encounter Ultra Beasts and stuff. There's Annabelle from Emerald, I think. No, Ruby, Sapphire. Oh, yeah. Battle Frontier, Brain, right? And then this post-game story. You fight Ultra Beasts, but they're in Alola. They invade Alola. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. You know, you can do it or not. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. My God, you actually go to them. You go to their worlds, their dimensions, etc. Wow. Jesus. Oh my God. Am I getting sidetracked with the thing? Okay, back to the anime, right? So that happens, and then it's after school. They go. Oh yeah, Luzamine, Faber. My God, Professor Burnett, who's supposed to be Kukui's wife in this adaptation in the anime, she actually isn't. She's just an acquaintance. Whether they become involved later, I don't know. But she seems to be working with the Ether Foundation and such. And they detect, there's an Ultra Beast or there's such like energy, right? So they find Ketchum, and first they appear to Kukui, right? And Ketchum, Lily show up. And Ketchum has the Cosmog. Oh my God, the Cosmog freaking, or Star Cloud, fits in the same bag as a Rowlet. They both fit in the same bag. That's crazy. Oh, I can't wait until it evolves to Cosmoium. Apparently that thing weighs a ton. And then Lily had it in the bag in the bloody game, and